Hello, Pedro.
Hello.
How are you?
Very well, thank you.
Thank you very much for being here with me today for this conversation. Maybe we can start by asking you who you are and what was your professional background before joining Stone Soup Consulting.
Well, I am Pedro Telleria. I am Spanish, but I live in Tunisia. I work as a social consultant and business developer for Stone Soup in Tunisia. In the past, I have combined working in the social sector as a consultant and also as a cooperant in my youth, but also with 15 years of experience in the private sector in American multinationals.
How how did you hear for the first time about Stone Soup Consulting, and what were the reasons that make you join this team?
Well, I heard about Stone Soup at ESADE University in Barcelona. I used to be a student in ESADE of NGO leadership, and I also worked a little bit in some groups of ESADE. And what attracted me the most from Stone Soup was a perception of a high intellectual and academic background that I really think that we have.
And until now, I know that you already participated in some projects, at least one with me. So, can you explain a little bit more about the project you've been involved until now, and what were the major challenges you faced in those projects?
Well, I've been involved in two projects in Europe and two projects or two activities in Tunisia. The European projects, the main challenge was to work virtually, I mean in virtual teams, without any physical meeting. Everything was internet, Skype, email. And the challenge, I think, that we succeeded because we were able to develop, first of all, a good team spirit, and second, a good result. Here in Tunisia, situation is the opposite. I am alone, and so I'm involved in the project. I'm also involved in some conferences of social business, and here for me the main challenge is how to transpose the knowledge that exists in Stone Soup, in all the other consultants and partners of Stone Soup, how to get that information and that knowledge so that I can use it in my activity in Tunisia.
You said before that you already have experience both in the private sector and in a non-profit sector. So, after those years of experience, which, in your opinion, are the characteristics needed to be a good social consultant?
Well, I always say that in order to be social consultant, you have to be social and consultant. By consultant, I mean you have to be professional, you have to know how to handle major projects. It is actually quite good the experience that you get from the private sector because it tends to be very developed in fields such as finance or other. But it becomes useless if you do not have a social motivation or an interest in social things so that you can really use these tools with the goals that social activity is supposed to be for.
And finally, apart from your professional life and from your career, who is Pedro outside of the working hours? What do you like to do and how do you like to spend your time?
Well, I am mostly a family person. I am married and have three children. And besides here in Tunisia, my wife has a huge level of workload, so it tends to be me, the one more in charge of the family activities. And then also I've been a person very close to the Middle East and to the Arab world for many years. I was a cooperant in Yemen 15 years ago. Then I married, my wife is Lebanese, and now we're living, we lived most of our life in Europe, but we are now living again in the Middle East.
Well, thank you very much, Pedro, for this talk. Welcome to Stone Soup community, and I wish you all the best in your future projects.
Thank you very much.